People wanted a comparison video of the MPC sample and the MPC ONE GEN2. People are asking, which one should they buy? And that's what we're here for today. I've done reviews on both of them already. I'll have them linked in the description box, as well as affiliate links that will help support this channel at no additional cost. I would greatly appreciate it if you like this video to support and leave a comment below. First thing, I want to make sure people understand, if you're new, that the MPC sample is portable. That means it has a built-in lithium-ion battery that lasts for at least 4 hours on paper. And the MPC ONE GEN2 does not have a portable battery. And that is a huge plus side for the MPC sample. But then I have to talk about the processor, where the MPC sample does not have any information on its processor. I would imagine it wouldn't be as strong as this one right here, which has 8 cores of processing. This has 2 gigs of RAM. This has 4 gigs of RAM. And it gets even deeper than that. The MPC sample has only 8 gigs of internal memory. However, it can be backed up by a micro SD card, while the MPC ONE GEN2 has 64 gigs of internal memory, and you can use a standardized SD card, full size. Now, to be fair, micro SD card, full size SD card, I'm gonna tell you, it's not that big of a deal, and you should always save on your SD card versus the internal memory. Leave that for an OS firmware update. Now, one thing that would matter to some people, depending on who you are, well, this is a 2.4-inch screen, and it's not a touch screen, while the MPC ONE GEN2 and all of the major MPCs have a touch screen. You can do all kinds of stuff while touching the screen, and that might be your kind of workflow. It is also worth mentioning that the MPC sample has a screen that is diagonal a little bit. It comes up at an angle, while the MPC ONE is flat right here. So if you have a problem with looking over and getting carpal tunnel with your MPC, then that might matter to you. But you can fix that issue by just getting a stem from Analog Cases. It will come up at a curve, and you can see it'll be like this. One other thing worth mentioning is the built-in speaker on the MPC sample, because the MPC GEN2 does not have a built-in speaker at all. Now, I ain't gonna hold you, the MPC sample speaker is nowhere near on the same level as the MPC Live 3's portable speaker, but it is serviceable because you will be able to hear what you're making without plugging it up to a stereo system. Here's a quick one for any of you modular heads out there. You can sync out of the MPC sample. I've done several videos demonstrating how you can use a modular CV wire to hook up from your MPC sample to your device of choice and then send a sync to it. But that's not just unique to the MPC sample. The MPC ONE can do it, and then like triple times that, because you have 4 CVN gate in and out on this unit, and it can be used for multiple things like gate and etc. Both of these units have USB Type-C, where you can charge and send audio and MIDI from your USB on the MPC sample. This does audio over USB and MIDI over USB, but it does not charge the unit or anything like that because it doesn't have a built-in lithium-ion battery. But I will say this, the MIDI functions on the MPC ONE GEN2 span beyond what the MPC sample is capable of doing. While on the MPC ONE, it does have pad performance mode, is what they call it, where you can trigger samples, trigger your plugins that are built inside of the MPC ONE and all the modern day MPCs, except for this one. You can utilize multiple chord progressions, regular chords. You can even customize your progressions for when you want to make something. I've already covered how you could get over the hurdle of the MPC sample not having certain features. And granted, some people will still want those features. Let me know in the comment section if you're one of them. I think you should understand the reason why it's like that. One of the things that make the MPC sample amazing is that it has 32 voice polyphony, and it has internal effects too. You can go over here to your pad effects, you can go to knob effects, you even have flex beat right here. Those are game changers over a lot of the portable samplers that are on the market. If you're already familiar with the modern day MPCs, the big boys, like the beginner big boys, like the MPC ONE GEN2 and above, then you know you get more for your money. You get plugins off top, like plugins are installed in there. You have tube synth. Then I got a myriad of different plugins, of course, because I've been well and invested in the MPC ecosystem for a while. You get more stuff for your money when you want to articulate sound, and it does have like 16 stereo audio tracks too. That is the biggest thing that a lot of people are overlooking, and you can pull up to 32 plugins on this unit, which I didn't even know that on the time of my review. I should talk about this because it is important, and that's wireless capabilities. And this is where the MPC sample kind of loses out on that regard. It does not have any wireless capabilities at all. It does not have Bluetooth. It doesn't have anything when it comes to Wi-Fi in general. You would just have to plug everything up to your computer to update and all that other stuff, while the MPC ONE not only has built-in Wi-Fi capabilities, it has the ability to send stuff via Bluetooth like MIDI. It doesn't send audio over Bluetooth, and that's for a specific reason that has to do with Bluetooth just being butt cheeks. When you're using it, it has latency, so that's the main reason why they avoid it. I can't wait for someone to cry in the comment section so I can make another video talking about it scientifically, in which people will still ignore it and want what they want. Gotta love being a content creator. I think this is the biggest deciding factor for the MPC sample and MPC ONE, and that is price point. The MPC sample is $400 USD, while the MPC ONE is $800 USD, which means that you're paying double the price for the MPC ONE GEN2, and you're getting double the benefits, in my opinion, minus the non-portability of it, though it has the portable body. Now, the way I utilize the MPC sample is like how I would any other MPC, including the MPC ONE GEN2, and that's just to make beats. But this is more of a sketch pad than it is like a full-on offering like an MPC ONE. But I think a lot of people enjoy the simplicity of the MPC sample in general, because you can still make a bop on it. That's all that matters. And it's, people are up for the challenge on the MPC sample of not having all of the capabilities of the MPC ONE GEN2 or any of the Gen 2 MPCs. Now, I just will say that this is more so like a DAW in the box, because a lot of people don't understand, like the MPC ONE Plus, for an example, cannot do half the things that the MPC ONE GEN2 can do, and I had to learn that just from having some conversations and watching other people use the MPC ONE GEN2. Now I'm going to add my personal opinions on the MPC sample and the MPC ONE GEN2. I know people are probably looking for like sound quality, but if I was to say, it's just like comparing apples to oranges. You know what I'm saying? I do think that the MPC sample has a big ass sound, and that's important for something like that, because the SP404 Mark II has a big ass sound as well. And one thing design wise that I totally like on the MPC sample versus the MPC ONE, the MPC ONE's volume is all the way back here, while the MPC sample's volume is right here, making it a whole lot easier to adjust things. I know people want to know about pads, and I've talked about this in my review. The pad quality on the MPC sample, well, the pads are much smaller, as you can tell, but and the pads also don't light up in the same manner as like the MPC ONE, making it easier for you to kind of map stuff by color on the pads and whatnot. And those things are something that most people probably will look over, but it's worth pointing out. And the one thing I honestly don't like about the MPC sample, though I can make beats on it, is this lack of play start, which the play is just a play button and you can play start from that. It kind of functions in that manner, while the MPC, you have the overdub button, and pretty much sequence record is the overdub button. So, they just shortened the functionality and the buttons and whatnot. This clearly has more buttons if we're talking about that. But what is your choice? I think you get what you pay for. To be fair, the MPC sample, $400, you can do a lot with it. It's just up to your imagination. It's more of the imagination sketch pad station. Unlike the MPC ONE Gen 2 or the older MPC ones or MPC's modern whatever Gen 2, you get a lot more, and that could be a little convoluted for people. I've seen people praise the MPC sample because it's not as convoluted as the more modern day MPCs. But I definitely want to hear from you guys. How do you feel about this? Was this helpful to you? And if you haven't purchased either or, man, feel free to help support this channel. The affiliate links are in the description box. No pressure if you don't want to get it or anything like that. It just helps the channel. Salute to you guys. Blessings.